Went a bit hard on those rakers. So what's that, 12 minutes? %, plus must be tiny trees. Who we got? Hey, Zach. Grub. Sam Squamch back there in the bush? Probably. That greasy-fingered bastard could be anywhere. Pop out of the bushes at the moment. Now, I'm cutting this. It fallen down a couple of years ago. I was hoping that it was going to be dry, but no such luck, unfortunately. So has it been dropping in and out like that? Have you tried putting the tree in rice? Wet grease fingers, they're the worst. It's got to be dry and covered in sand. So yeah, as you can see, I'm charging the phone and the power in the Mini. So that's what we got. So there's no way it's going to last 4 hours, but it'll last, you know, a little while. Yeah, it keeps saying that it's reconnecting. I wish we could just leave that screen on, but it turns off automatically. But it is what it is. So how long? We're going 15 minutes and it's used 15%. So not as good as I was hoping, honestly, just looking at that. But hey, can't complain. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So it's working. Alright, enough slacking. Let's get back to work. Now I can't chat, so you're gonna have to forgive me, guys. What I'll do actually is flip this around. Alright. Get you up a bit higher. That's what Max. That better? Is that your bob bat? Yep. No, we're gonna call it fuck, what are we gonna call it? Eddie. That's Eddie. Alright. Anyway, enough slacking. So yeah, you can see I've got it hooked up to power. It's powering both the phone and the Mini, so And we'll check on it again in a minute. Come on, you cunt. fucking junk spawner. Yeah, we're looking. 79. What are you fucking laughing at? Shows how unfit I am. Oh, it might have helped if I read that. Battery operated boyfriend. Well, it can certainly power the power dildo, that's for sure. Just ramming it home. So yeah, interesting. 79%. I'll take the phone out. It can just run its own power. So, Bluetti, pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty cool to be like sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Cutting. How you going, Zach? Feels better to not be in the gaming chair, I'll say. But here's what it is. Didn't see any Sam Squamches at Mac. Huh? Could be anywhere. Yeah, pretty amazing. You think of technology, man. Next thing we'll get some solar panels. Living the best I can. So yeah, 25 minutes. Powering the phone. And the Starlink Mini. Never mind my lube there. That's the lube. Put that away. 78%. It's not getting hot or anything. I thought it might throw some heat, but yeah, this is the first time I've used it. The first time it's been turned on. So, just like I turn you on. Damn. Yeah. So one thing I can't show you because I don't know how to record my screen. But it comes with you got to run it off a, what the fuck do you call it? An app. And you have to turn the sections on from the app, which is something I didn't realise. I thought you could just plug it in and go, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like you have to have the actual app for it and then turn it on once it's plugged in, which is kind of dumb because there's again reconnecting. It could be because I'm on the ground underneath all these bushes, but the Starlink's been it's been really good driving it home. Even this morning, I just put it on the dash. Just running from the dash, and I just put on some YouTube videos as I was driving home, which is about a 40-minute drive, and it didn't skip once. So the Starlink Mini is amazing. The Starlink's just been a game changer, it really has. But it'll remain to be seen, especially in summer, how that thing goes, or in the frosty mornings. But, you know, so far so good. So, considering that cost, it was on special, it cost $300 on the dot. Now, they were a bit slow in shipping it. It took 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's far. Yeah, it took 2 weeks to get here. So, and again, this is a majority of this was paid for by the Minty members you see in chat right now. For anyone who's watching, so big cheers to them. And yeah, we're gonna go out camping. We're gonna go yowie hunting and do all sorts of fun activities. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to tickle my pickle while you're here. Keep the tax man at the door. You know what I'm saying? And hell yeah, just saw this. And yeah, don't forget to tickle my pickle and become a subby today. And consider membership. It's $1 a month. And you get extra shit. So, hey, DB. It's good to get out of the gaming chair. I needed to get outside for a bit. Too many days in a row sitting inside. So, it's enough to bloody anyone upset. But yeah, I was hoping that this would be dry. I think it's applewood, this stuff, which is junk. But she's moist in the middle, if you get what I'm saying. But this one here looks a bit older, so we'll give it a cut now and just see how it goes. I'll finish off that stump there too. Where can I put you guys? Yeah, one thing I wish, there might be a setting. I wish there was a way that I could keep the screen on, even though it used more juice, just for the test, you know? So here we are. So in that time, it only went down 2%. You can see what it's output. So definitely charging the phone was using more juice than what this was. And let's just see, I'll plug the phone back in. Hopefully this will work, because you might have to go into the app, which is kind of shit. But there might be a way around that. I'm just stupid, as we all know. So let's see, I've plugged that back in. How much juice is she going to use? Oh yeah, a couple more. Yep, it's charging. So look at that, it's spiked there, up to double. So that's the phone and the mini. Fucking thing. So yeah, I wish I could leave the screen on for you guys. But you know what? For $300 out of the gate, sure it's not gonna last, you know, the 4 hours that I was hoping. But it's fucking better than nothing, you know? So, alright, let's get you guys an angle here, so you can see my grundle. You're not missing out on the crotch shot. Zach, I know you'd be disappointed. Sorry, my stand's broken, so it's always a fight. Outdoors is always good, yes. Yes, it is. Especially when you're solar charged like me. Solar powered. Alright, I'm taking the phone out. It's going to run on its own juice. Look at that, 19 watts without it. So, but interesting is what it is. Come back just a little bit here. Alright, let's cut this bloody tree. Stop slacking. The junk's fun, or if it'll even start. the dirt for a second and blow the fuck out of it. Typical bloody idiot. Oh, I'm solar powered too. Need that vitamin D. Oh, well, I've got to go back down because I didn't bring my files with me, so that'll do it anyway. But yeah, what are we at? Let's have a look. 75. So yeah, if I'm just running the Starlink, it'll last ages. I can hear the fans on it too. Let me take these plugs out of my fucking ears. I'll probably stop yelling at you now too. But yeah, interesting. And again, paid for by our Minty members. So thank you very much to you. And yeah, well, I guess we'll finish it there. Fucking junk spawner. Oop. Oh. Retouch, fuck off. Yeah. Charge the phone with the truck. Yeah. There's other ways around it. Fucking, I've got to get a new stand. This thing's so broken. But that'll do. It's a quick half hour little thing. Sorry for jumping off on the game for so long. But yeah, is what it is. Thank you guys for hanging out. Cheers to the members. Cheers to our moderators, Mac, Dirty D, and DB. And thanks everyone. Let's get out of here. Have a great day. And yeah, we'll see you next time. No, don't worry. Just having a little sook. Don't stress. Just having a little sook. Everything will be good. Just had to get outside and get the solar power into me. Maybe Sam Squamsh's finger if I'm lucky. See you soon.